With millions of YouTube channels, lovers of the weird, wacky, and what the choose talks a lot entertainment. This is Dick's News International. Hail and welcome to Dick's News International number 11, aptly titled God Bless the U.S.A. I know, right? It's Independence Day here in the United States, and I gotta say thank you very much, Britain, for inspiring us to do that. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well out there. This is a lovely evening we're all having. If you hear a lot of big booms and stuff, that's probably just fireworks going off right outside my house. Not from my house, but I'll be surprised if I don't catch fire. I don't know. It's possible. We haven't got much rain. Who knows? Who knows? But why did I call an international show God Bless the USA? Because tonight we're going to highlight some of the greatest and stupidest shit I found from across the globe over the last week. Yes, sir. Oh my God. So bad. Gosh. Let's say hi to the chat, shall we? John Edgar says, good evening or morning, wherever you may be. Hail and welcome. Christian DeLorme's Vinyl Revival says, Happy Independence Day, everybody. Hail and thank you, sir. Yes, thank you very much. I would say Happy Independence Day to you too, but this isn't your holiday, Canadian boy. Canada. Anyway, hail to Radioactive. Hail, sir. Hail, hail. Yes, Happy Independence Day to all of my American friends, and I hope the Canadians are getting some good light shows from south of the border. Yes, sir. Not like the light shows that we get from south of the border, where it's mostly just gunshots. Though that is true for Chicago tonight as well. Lots of bullets going down tonight. Yes. And of course, as always, make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like button if you enjoy what you see. Not just my face, but the stories as well. John Edgar says, Corny, I bet you grilled up something awesome for the holiday today. Well, actually, we were in the process of cooking dinner. We started a little late, and so currently my wife is making dinner for everyone else. But what we're doing tonight is we took some American Wagyu beef, and we are making burgers with it. What I did was I took some Wild Buff smoke-flavored barbecue sauce, and I mixed just a little bit to give it that nice little hint of flavor in there. And I mixed it in there real good, and then I tore it into 4 pieces, and I had my wife shape the patties because I they always wind up looking like splattered bugs when I do it. I'm like, I don't understand how to make a circle. It's almost. But when we cook those, I'm gonna put my provolone cheese on it. And I'm probably going to do some fancy kind of mustard that I'll mix up for myself a little later. And yeah, then we'll have some steak fries to go along with it. And it's just going to be delicious. Good stuff. Because honestly, I really like that American Wagyu beef. Just saying. Sam's Club. That was a good choice to carry that. Good job. Yes, it's tasty. Tasty. As Rengoku would say. Kyojuru Rengoku. Oh. And John Edgar says, holy crap, that sounds freaking badass. Yeah, the only thing that would make it even more badass, I know this is traditionally paired with Swiss, but if you do a nice sauteed mushroom on the burger as well, but you want to make sure you melt the cheese over the top so the mushrooms don't fall off. And then, yeah, you slather the bun up with some, like, mayonnaise. And, like, my wife likes to do a fried egg on her burgers, but I usually don't, because when I have the beard, the egg just kind of like, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. It feels weird in my mustache. Christian DeLorme says, you're making me hungry. Good. Good. You should be hungry. You know why? Because we're talking about food. Duh. Speaking of Christian DeLorme, I think we'll just jump right into our first international story of what the hell's going on over there. From Canada. Canada. So, a Canadian woman gets 3 years in jail in first ever sentencing for a pretendian. That's right, a pretendian. Why? Because she was fraudulently claiming that she was Inuit and she's Canadian. So therefore, pretendian. She's a pretend Indian slash Canadian. So it's double funny. Really funny. Because it's a pretendian. Hey, Christian Delorme, are you a pretendian? Pretend Indian? Are you a pretendian? No, you're just a Canadian. Psh, French Canadian people. Sacre bleu. I don't even know what that means. I just say it sometimes. Because I can. Her name is Karima Manji, whose daughters accessed over 150,000 US or Canadian dollars in benefits for Inuit residents, and she pled guilty in February. Wow, 3 years in jail for what is to be believed the first ever custodial sentence for a pretendian. Karima Manji, whose daughters accessed over 150,000 Canadian dollars in benefits intended for Inuits, were sentenced on Thursday after pleading guilty to fraud in February. Nunavut Justice Mia Manocchio said the case must serve as a signal to any future Indigenous pretender that the false appropriation of Indigenous identity is in a criminal context will draw a significant penalty. So this lady from an Inuit tribe decided that the best term was pretendian. And you know what? We have a couple pretendians here in the United States. What's her face? Christian Delorme says, nope, full-blooded French Canadian. And I can list the yummiest poutines to prove it. Oh. Well, I don't doubt you, sir. Don't doubt you a bit. Pretendian. Make sure you remember that term, ladies and gentlemen. Pretendian. Pretend Indians. I like that. And they're Canadians, which they're pretending to be people. So, I mean, that's even better. They have 70,000 people in the Canada's Inuit population living in Inuit Nunangat, Nunangat, Nunangat. I don't know how to say that, damn it. Anyway. Yes, Elizabeth, what's her name? The one Trump called Pocahontas. Yes, I'm sure she poked something at some point, but it was not a Hontas, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know. Let's see. So they received 158,254 Canadian dollars and 5 Canadian cents. So in total, they received a total benefit of like $42.65. And they are in a deep amount of shit. But no, in reality, these people are everywhere. They're all like, I'm this. And it's like, no, you're not. Like, can I identify as an Indian and get some what you may call it, Obama money? Even though nobody's called it that in years. I don't know why I would say that. It was just the first thing that popped into my head from a long time ago where they were like, we're going here to get us some Obama money. Yes. Christian Delorme says, Rachel Doziel. I don't know what the fuck that means, bro. You can't just say random names and expect me to understand what your twisted Canadian mind is thinking about. Especially on this day where my head is filled with nothing but pride for the United States. But that was a quiet rim job. No, that's not right. Anyway, this next one should not be a surprise to anyone, anywhere in the entire world. Ever. Okay? But, and it's not a funny story. But hot damn, I'm glad this doesn't happen in the United States. Because God bless America on this one. Man. North Korea executed a man for distributing K-pop. Yeah. And there's people out there who think these guys are good guys in some way. Like, how does that what? This story, of course, is coming from The Guardian, written by Raphael Rashid in Seoul, South Korea. But yeah, could you guys imagine if the United States just executed people for listening to a specific type of music? Like, oh my gosh, it's a Swiftie, death by guillotine. Like not in America, never in America. Hopefully. I guess we'll see how the next 4 years goes. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get back to this story of a stupid place called North Korea. It was the story of a place where they killed you for your music taste. Anyway, a 22-year-old South Korean was publicly executed for watching and sharing South Korean films and music, a news report claims, highlighting Pyongyang's desperate attempts to stem the flow of outside information and culture. The case, detailed in the 2024 report on North Korean human rights released by South Korea's Unification Ministry on Thursday, compiles testimonies of 649 Korean defectors. According to the unnamed defector, an unnamed defector's testimony, the young man from South Hwanghae, I don't know, South Hwanghae, anyway, province was publicly executed in 2022 for listening to 70 South Korean songs, watching 3 films, and distributing the foul of North Korean law adopted in 2020 that bans reactionary ideology and culture. He was executed over 70 songs, 3 films, sharing the movie, and being considered to have been sharing reactionary ideology and culture. Now, I know K-pop is only really about suicide, or at least committing the act thereof, worth executing someone over. But then again, I'm an American, and I'm allowed to listen to whatever damn music I want. And why do we want American ideology elsewhere? So people don't get executed over listening to K-pop. As much as I don't care for the music myself, I don't think anyone should get killed for it. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway. Yes, so we shall continue. The report details extensive efforts by North Korean authorities to control the outside information flow, especially targeting the youth. For instance, other instances of crackdown include punishments for reactionary practices such as brides wearing white dresses, grooms carrying the bride, wearing sunglasses, or drinking alcohol from wine glasses, all seen as South Korean customs. Yes, up here in North Korea, we drink straight out of bottle or we shoot you dead. Way to go, North Korea, land of happiness and sunshine. Anyway, mobile phones are also frequently inspected for contact name spellings, expressions, and slang terms perceived to be of South Korean influence. While both Koreas share the same language, subtle differences have emerged since the division after the Korean War of 1950 to 1953. A ban on K-pop is part of a campaign to shield North Koreans from the malign influence of Western culture that began under the former leader Kim Jong-il and intensified under his son Kim Jong-un. Wow. John Edgar says, damn, I can believe that. I'm so cynical now that I can actually see that happening here eventually. Me too. Honestly, as I said, let's see how the next 4 years go here in the United States before we actually make a determination on whether or not we are, we're currently better than North Korea in every way possible, especially since if we, they can't get their dong up. So, that's always a bonus. In case you're not aware, the Korean missile system is called the Dong missile system. They did the Typo Dong, which was my favorite. It was a typo, Dom. Yes, sorry, Bob. Anyway, hot damn, North Korea is a hot fucking mess. Anyway, let's continue. In 2022, the U.S. government-funded Radio Free Asia said the regime was cracking down on capitalist fashion and hairstyles, targeting skinny jeans, t-shirts bearing foreign words, as well as dyed or long hair, it said. So, no blue-haired land whales over there wearing a Nirvana shirt without having listened to a single song from Nirvana. Anyway, let's see. Experts say that allowing South Korean popular culture to seep into North Korean society could pose a threat to the ideology that demands absolute loyalty to the infallible Kim dynasty that has ruled the country since it was founded in 1948. Despite the harsh measures, the influence of South Korea's Korean culture, including recent television shows, appears unstoppable, according to recent North Korean defector. You mean they found ways around electronic blocks and stuff like that? I wonder if they have a black market for DVDs or some other crazy shit. Crazy. John Edgar says, a glorious communist paradise. Yes, indeed. It is, in fact, the glorious communist paradise that Russia wishes it was. Anyway, the speed of South Korean culture influencing North Korea is seriously fast. Young people follow and copy South Korean culture, and they really love anything South Korean. A woman in her early 20s who defected from North Korea told reporters, even the border to China, largely sealed off after the outbreak of COVID-19, information is still seeping through and being distributed through informal networks. In recent weeks, North Korea has sent thousands of balloons over the border containing waste, retaliating against the launch of the balloons from south, whose cargo included anti-Pyongyang leaflets, dollar bills, and USB sticks loaded with K-pop and K-dramas. So did the South Korean government get this man executed? Hail to the awesome one. Happy 4th of July to us. Yes. Indeed. God bless America. Because we don't execute people over K-pop. Even though some of us might feel it's justified, we don't. Because that is the freedoms of America. Insert eagle scream. That isn't really an eagle scream. Just saying. Hail to E. Clay Thomason. Hail. Happy 4th. I hope you're doing well. Nice nut job. Anyway. Man. After watching Korean dramas, many young people wonder, why do we have to live like this? I thought I'd rather die than live in North Korea. What? The defector told... Yeah. So defector was all like, I'd rather die than live here. Let's leave. The woman who escaped from North Korea on a wooden boat last October also shed light on hidden resentment against the regime. Of course, we cannot say anything bad against Kim Jong-un publicly, but among close friends, lovers, or family members, we do say that he is a fat, pompous butthole that should die in a terrible, terrible way. That is a joke. YouTube, it doesn't say that in the article. I'm kidding. Kind of. We do say those words. She says. Not those words specifically, but you know, whatever. The headline on this article was amended on June 30th, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I hope you appreciated this article. We, in fact, did appreciate seeing that we do not execute people over K-pop. Awesome One says, I feel bad for K-pop, a YouTuber who doesn't even listen to K-pop. Wild. Wow, that's an unfortunate name. K-pop. A YouTuber who doesn't listen to K-pop. He must get a lot of Korean people going, hey, man, why you no play K-pop or talk about K-pop? What about these guys over here? This guy not commit suicide yet. He's still good. John Igder says there was a young North Korean woman who managed to sneak out of there and gain exile in the United States, who says U.S. colleges behave just like her former oppressors did. Not fucking surprising, because they're trying to turn us into that. You know that. So God bless America, the fact that we can still fight back right now. Don't give them up. Don't give up your guns. Just saying. Nah, completely unrelated. You know, North Koreans are armed to the teeth, right? Same as the Australians. And of course the British. Yes, sir. Man. Someone says her name is Kay and she covers pop culture, hence K-pop. That totally makes sense. Mutant Bamhammer says, Oyos, all my boyos. Hello, how are you? Greetings, greetings, and hail to One Man Show. Greetings and salutations. Pleasure to see such a cultured man join us on such a lovely stream. Happy 4th of July. I hope the bingity bangs and the poppity pops don't scare your puppers too much. Anyway, restaurant serves insect repellent instead of juice, parents claim. This is out of New Zealand, of course, from Radio New Zealand .com, I believe. rnz.co.nz. Yes. Interesting. So, there's just assholes all around the world, isn't there? New Zealand. Those Kiwis, they're going crazy on the tiny little islands out there. They're just like, oh, I've got to get off this fucking islands. Anyway, health authorities are investigating after a Perth family claimed their 2 children were served insect repellent instead of juice at a western suburbs restaurant. It happened while Marcus and Michelle Lemon were out at dinner with their daughters, Hannah and Olivia, on Friday night. The girls, aged 11 and 12, ordered cranberry juice, but were allegedly served a pink-colored solution of citronella torch and lamp oil. Wow. My daughters went to gulp it down, and they both spat out the cranberry juice and said it's poisoned. I said, don't be silly, and took the glass and went to help gulp it down and spat it out, says Miss Lemon. Mr. Lemon said he ran to the front counter after smelling the liquid and demanded to see the bottle it came from. He claimed the staff member initially refused, telling him it was just old cranberry juice. He took the bottle out and out of the fridge and placed it under the counter, Lemon said. Man, that's when I was sort of said, no, you need to give me the bottle. I need to see what it is. The ABC was supplied with a picture of the picture Lemon took of the bottle. A Mount Claremont family rushed Perth's children, The Mount Claremont family rushed to Perth Children's Hospital and Sir Charles Gardiner Hospital after receiving advice from Poison Information Center. My daughters' stomachs were burning. Their fingers and hands were tingling, Lemon said. They had a headache. It was awful. The children and Lemon were observed in hospital for several hours before being discharged. Lemon said he had contacted the local council and made a complaint to the health department. The department spokesperson said it would support the local council, which is responsible for investigating the family's claims. I think it's pretty simple, right? You can't manage a restaurant and allow chemicals to be in an area where these sorts of mistakes can happen. As a minimum, there needs to be some steps taken to ensure that basically adhere to safe handling of chemicals and hazardous materials. The restaurant, which the ABC has chosen not to name, said it was investigating the incident but declined to comment further. We're lucky that the children weren't younger, Lemon said. If they were younger, that this happened to, I'd hate to think what would have happened. Indeed, Mr. Lemon. So let's just go over a couple things real quick. They say it's an accident. Accidents happen, right? If you work in a restaurant, would you, by any means, fine, I can't crop that out. Fuck you too. Gosh. Anyway, would you by any means think that this is juice? Do you think that this is a mistake? Look at this fucking bottle. How could you not tell simply when you were pouring it that it was not, in fact, cranberry juice? This was not an accident. This was criminal negligence at the least, if not a completely malicious act by some asshat hoping to poison children. Because you never fucking know, in land of the Kiwis, anything can happen. Gosh. Someone says, New Zealand is like the Swiss, non-combative. They have a practice of young people going on a walkabout for about 2 years. Wow. As they travel the world or their country. Right? E. Clay Thomason says, it looks delicious. Yes, indeed, it does. It did look quite tasty. Like those Tide Pods. Yummy. One man show says maybe they couldn't read. That's very possible. Illiteracy is a very high in this country. So, I mean, I don't doubt by any means that E. Clay Thomason says, isn't Perth in Australia? Yes, vacations happen, bro. Awesome one says, Family Dollar has cleaner in bottles that look like juice bottles. I know. And that's disturbing. We really should actually have regulation on what you're allowed to make toxic chemicals look like. It should probably look like it's going to be a fucking toxic chemical, not a juice box or candy. One man show says, I don't know, I know high school graduates who can barely read, especially if they're from Oregon, because Oregon recently removed reading, writing, and arithmetic as requirements for graduation from their high schools. Yes. E. Clay Thomas says, oh, I missed that. Yeah, I'm just giving you shit, bro. Chill out, man. There's no need to get all upset. It's fine. It's totally cool, man. It's good. It's good. Hold on, I gotta check something here. You bastards. StreamYard keeps automatically adjusting my volume, even though I have automatic gain control turned off. This feels like a slight invasion of my privacy. Not really, because, I mean, whatever. Anyway, John Edgar says, Greed, I've met college graduates who can't spell simple words. I'm one of them. I always struggle with necessary. And I still struggle with the I before E except after C and 40 million other exceptions. But, you know, English is tough, but can be taught through thorough thought. If you turn the captions on and go back and it picks that up correctly, that would be hard to read if you weren't a native speaker. Anyway. Yeah. Yep. Just saying. I don't know. I just personally don't feel like that something like that can be classified as an accident or a mistake, because I don't know about you guys, and I don't live in New Zealand or Australia or anything, but it's not typically common practice to store fuel for like a tiki torch with citronella juice and whatnot in it in the fridge in the first place, because it's not necessarily something that can rot or go bad. And I don't think its combustion point is low enough to be kept in a fridge. All right, so that just feels like a malicious act in my eyes. Just saying. John Edgar says, yeah, Corey, but you don't pretend to be an intellectual, holier than thou elitist either. You're not a hypocrite. This is fair. I will give you that. Anyway, TZ Burton, hail and happy Independence Day. I know you're somewhere else, but if you love America, thank you, sir. And I see that our friend Christian Delorme left after I talked shit. So I apologize, Christian. You can come back now. You can say hi. I'll highlight your comments, I promise. Anyway, E. Clay Thomason says, I've seen other YouTubers with that problem. Had to disable automatic volume control for Chrome browser or tab. You're telling me that the browser tabs have automatic volume control as well? Fuck! Why do they keep doing this to me? I just want myself to sound good, man. That's all. Just want myself to sound good. One Man Show says, or maybe was heavily sampling the cooking wine. Possibly. That is quite possible that whoever did that was definitely sampling the cooking wine. Indeed. Possibility. Chances are never zero. Awesome One says, yeah, and many inner city kids acting like rappers and slurring words because it's cool. Yeah. I'll touch on that in a little bit. No, I'll touch on that right now. You know why I say that? Okay. I've been told numerous times that I need to dumb down my music, right? because it won't connect with all of these people. And I'm all like, that feels like you're insulting the people that get the music, right? So I'm like, why the fuck, it was in a song called Mumble Rap Sucks, and these people were like, you have to dumb it down in order to connect. And I'm like, why? Why do you think everyone is stupid? Not everyone is stupid. You should stop fucking doing that. But, so I started writing another song recently called that I'm calling it Dumb It Down. And yeah, that's what it's about, is like this kind of shit right here. Can't dumb it down. Gosh. One Man Show says Chrome has an extension to disable that. I don't use Chrome. I use Brave. Mostly because, Google. But I don't know. Mutant Bamhammer says Corey may not be a hypocrite, but he may be a hippogriff. No one's ever seen the actor who played Buckbeak in Harry Potter films, and Corey is the same Corey in the same room before. Just saying. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay? But if you ever call me Buckbeak, we can have words. Actually, I might change my name to Buckbeak for Thursday Night Throwdown, just because, to fuck with people, just saying. Christian DeLorme's Vinyl Revival says, I didn't leave. I was listening while unpinning my tractor trailer. Oh, gotcha. One Man Show says, cool like a babbling idiot in some people's minds. Yeah. Oh, Brave uses Chrome extensions. Sweet. I will take a look at that then. E. Clay Thomason says, it's the new one called Dumble Rap. No, it's called Dumb It Down. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to hear the beat, I'll play the beat for you. But you have to say you want to hear the beat. Otherwise, I won't play the beat for you. Just saying. Do you want to hear it? If you want to hear it, then let me know. Also, follow me on Rumble, because that's good. You know what I mean? Like Rumble's a decent platform when it's not over. Like they're still semi-small, so they can get overloaded really easy. One Man Show says, play it if you want to. I wouldn't mind hearing it. All right, I'll do it. See, all I needed was one person saying they wanted to hear it. Now the rest of you get to hear it. Man, let me know if you can hear this okay. Is this turned up? Let me know if it's too loud. I don't know. Turn your volume down. Yo, here we go again. Bunch of fucking people said I needed to dumb down my shit, so I wrote the song in crayon to try to get down with it. To get the proper mindset, I scribbled on the page and I gave it a sniff, gave it a lick, then I smashed my head with a brick. Still didn't reach a level. What could I do? It's almost like they are mindless fucking stooges with a corporation with no association to the human race, racing around and around with no destination. When you run in a circle with the lemming pack, all you really get is a motherfucker up your ass, followed by another and another right behind that. Almost like they're all the same. Imagine that.
When we were younger, they said go and break the mold. Now the only line they sell is do as you're told. Better not leave that lane, my boy, or you're never gonna get too far. If you really wanna be yourself, my friend, just stay where you are.
Sorry, I couldn't not sing that while I was on that. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Sounded pretty good in my brain, but I don't know. He said volume is fine. Sweet. Nice. That's good. I don't know if that mixed right or not, but whatever. The saying is cool like a pack of rats in a tampon factory. If you say so. I've never heard that saying before. Goodness gracious. One Man Show said, sounded all right for a work in progress, especially since I have no idea of what my audio balance sounds like with those vocals right there. I don't know. I have no idea. I'll have to go back and check it out. But yeah. Anyway, let's go back. That's the first time I've ever done anything like that live. Lucky bastards. That's right. You got to see my first live musical performance. Well, I don't know how to word that correctly. No idea. Awesome One says, I was waiting for Cosby and crew to join your song. Like, Cosby, Stills, and Nash? One Man Show says, applause. Thank you. Yeah. I really enjoyed doing that. That was weird. Anyway, now, it's an international show, and it's God Bless the USA, because so why the hell not throw in some Florida Man? He says, hey, hey, hey. Nice. Thank you. Let's talk about Florida Man, shall we? Florida man's carjack attempt thwarted after being beat down by a 66-year-old from Brevard County. Yeah. That guy got his ass kicked by a 66-year-old man while trying to carjack him. Yeah. Teach you not to fuck with the elderly, huh? Yeah, just because he looks old don't mean he like ain't no grizzled war vet that wants to rip your throat out and like, ah! Though if you look at this guy, I don't really know if he could actually win a fight against like a 2-year-old, let alone a 66-year-old man. Like what? Mutant Bamhammer says, Florida Man legend grows. Indeed. Awesome One says, 66, let's go! Yes. Oh my. Hail to Christian Delorme. He says, you have 2 Ko-Fi. Okay. I will have to look at my phone this time because I still can't, I'm not getting it to work on my computer again. So yeah. Let's check it out, shall we? All right. TZ Burton. What? See, now it's fucking up on my phone. There we go. That's better. TZ Burton's for $6. Thank you, sir. Hail. He says, maybe an adult beverage for tonight. Coffee tomorrow. Well, the most adult beverage that I get these days is a milkshake. And that's not very adulty. But thank you. And then Christian Delorme for $5 says, happy 4th of July. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. And may the colors of freedom never run. I stole that, but regardless. Indeed. Well said, and I love it. And of course, we have the wonderful John Edgar for $3 saying, Happy Independence Day. Thank you, John Edgar, for $3. You are all amazing. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be here, and we all know that. So, yes, thank you for supporting the channel. For those of you who are not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed, because if you're not, you should be. Yes. John Edgar says, I turned 55 this weekend. I dare some carjacker to try that with me. Hell yeah, if it happens, I need you to get some footage. Now, exclusively on Toxalot Entertainment, John Edgar, the Ass Kicker. Be like Badass with Danny Trejo, or not the second one, because I never watched it. But still, all right, so look at this guy. He got his ass kicked by a 66-year-old he was attempting to carjack. Gosh, a 66-year-old man from Brevard County stood his ground after fighting off a carjacking suspect who was trying to break into his truck. Around 5 a.m. Thursday, deputies arrived at the home of a Brevard County where they found 29-year-old Blake Robinson lying on the ground with blood around his mouth. They found the man who said Robinson attacked him after trying to open his truck. Deputies said the man heard a noise outside and thought something had fallen on his camper. When he walked outside, he saw Robinson pulling open the door handles of his truck. The man walked back inside to home to call 911, but could not find his phone, so he walked back outside. When confronted by the man, Robinson began throwing punches, threw the man on the ground, and kicked him in the head. According to deputies, the man said he was able to strike Robinson and get away from him before calling 911. The man ended up with severe swelling on his face and a bloodied right ear as a result of the fight. Robinson was arrested for felony battery and attempted burglary of a conveyance. He remains in Brevard County Jail. So Robinson decided he was going to beat the shit out of an old man, and the old man got like a single good shot in. And and the kid went down. One man show says he looks like someone thawed out of an iceberg. That is a fair point. He does look semi-Neanderthalish. And of course, Christian Delorme says, happy birthday, John. And of course, happy birthday, because we probably won't get to see you on your birthday. So happy birthday. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. TZ Burton says, $1 can get you 128 Obama Kenyan dollars. I'm behind in the stream. Gotcha. Well, that will confuse quite a few people. Maybe. Who knows? Yes. There is the wonderful example of humanity. Carjacking a 66-year-old man, getting hit in the mouth one time, and falling down like a little girl. I don't know about you guys, but I can take more than one punch to the jaw. Even if I'm bleeding a little bit, I'm like, oh, I could do this all day. That sounds familiar. And now for a freedom story from the UK. And by freedom, I mean hot damn. I'm going to share the picture after. I said I'll do it later. Oh my gosh. So, they call this a knife crime. Dun, dun, dun. TZ Burton says Nina Infinity couldn't watch Western movies when she lived in Iran. Yeah, they have some really crazy strict rules over there, too. Like, they execute you for being all kinds of, like, if you're gay or if you touch pork or if you look at your, like, if someone looks at your wife or your kids or some shit, like, they execute you, or I don't know how it works over there. They smash you with a wall if you're gay. That's what I know. Anyway, over in the UK, the land of freedom, a man is jailed for carrying a replica sword from Legend of Zelda video game in public. Yeah. To go one step further, Anthony Bray said the item, a miniature copy of the weapon in the Nintendo series, had been a fidget toy for his hands. And now the picture that questions his motives. Dun, dun, dun. So, as we can see here, this is in centimeters. So that is a 22 centimeter sword with the sheath on it. 22 centimeters. Yep, my retarded American brain is not doing that conversion right now, so we go to unit converter. What the fuck is 22 centimeters in inches? Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. Gosh. What? Yep, centimeters. No, I don't need square centimeters. I need length. Gosh, this stupid thing doesn't just no, not that. There we go. That's an 8-inch sword. All right, that's an 8-inch replica of the Master Sword. For all of the Americans out there who don't know, 8 inches. For most people, that's a dagger. I mean, that's a knife. And of course, that's why they call it a knife crime. But I agree with this man's face 100%. He's like, what the fuck? But let's find out why he got arrested, shall we? A man has been jailed for brandishing a replica sword from the Nintendo game Legend of Zelda on the streets of Warwickshire, Market Town, which he said was a fidget toy to keep his hands busy. Anthony Bray, 48, of Nuneaton, was sentenced 4 months in prison after being found in possession with a bladed article in public. The article of question was a replica Master Sword from the Legend of Zelda series, which had a total blade length of 6 inches. So the blade length was 6 inches. All right, the blade was inside the sheath and could be released from the sheath with the press of a button. On June 8th, officers made aware via CCTV of a man, Bray, walking down Queens Road in Nuneaton with the sword in hand. Bray approached officers with the blade visible, at which point he was arrested. He said the sword was a fidget toy bought online to keep his hands busy. Sergeant Spellman of the Patrol Investigation said, "We take zero-tolerance approach to bladed articles in public, and Bray has fallen afoul of this." Yeah. One Man Show says, so it has a 2-inch grip? Yep. Yep. Awesome One says, a toy. Pretty much. One Man Show says, would it cut butter? I don't know. I agree, Awesome One. He says, with heavy heart, sigh. Le sigh. People. Jeez. God bless America, where I can have my fucking machete out in public if I really wanted to. As long as I wasn't brandishing it. That's where he really fell afoul. If it is possible to find fidget toys that aren't 6-inch blades, it is possible not to walk around the street holding them out in front of you. With a bit more self-awareness, Bray could have avoided contact with us completely, said the police person, Sergeant Spellman. Police said Bray admitted to the sword could be perceived as threatening if someone else had seen it, but he insisted in interviews he would not have used it as a weapon. He was sentenced at Leamington Spa Magistrates Court on June 28th and got 4 months in prison and required to pay a victim surcharge of £154 sterling. Wow. Wow. Awesome One says the election happened today in the UK. Heavy air quotes on elections. Yes, I don't think any of them are honest anymore. Any of them at all. Can't trust them. It's all corrupt. It's all corrupt, I tell you. I'll tell you they're coming for your children. And I'll tell you they're coming at you. They're coming for your freedoms. John Edgar says victim surcharge. Oh my God. Actually, that's actually very common in the United States as well. Here in Colorado, we actually have a victim's surcharge. That's not exactly what it's called. It's dolled up with some extra fee or whatever that you pay to these weird ass people, and then it supposedly goes to victims. But I don't know. It's the government. Do they do anything with the money they're actually supposed to, other than build weapons when they say they're going to build weapons? Gosh. Don't be daft. I'd never use it as a weapon. It's a collector's item. I don't know why I said that with an Irish accent. Don't be daft. I'd never use it as a weapon. It's a collector's item. Indeed. John Edgar says, yeah, but who was the victim? I have no idea. No fucking clue. Awesome One says, so ladies don't do haircuts in the UK outdoors? Probably not. Considering there's a bladed article crime thing. I don't know. Awesome One says, surcharge goes to the gambling habits of the leaders. Probably, especially since they like to gamble with the future. Yes. One Man Show says, purple-haired feminist who thought he looked icky. Right? Oh my gosh. That toxic man over there has a huge knife. Lady, if that's huge, I've got news for you. Just saying. They make those swords a lot bigger. Wonder how they'd feel about that. Strap it to your back and walk down the road. People are like, what is that? And you're like, it's my fidget claymore. Yeah, it's the latest rage. It's my fidget claymore. I just spin it around and I feel a lot better. Sometimes I get wet with this weird red stuff, but it doesn't matter. It's my fidget claymore. Fidget claymores, buy yours today at the Dix Division Prepper Warehouse. T.Z. Barton says, my wife is Canadian. I helped her escape North Korea. I'm assuming he meant Korea. My wife is the Canadian. I helped her escape North Korea. Koreada. I don't know what that means, Koreada. He retracted the message. I shouldn't have showed it because of the Koreada. Koreada. North Koreada. I've heard of that place. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Especially since every hooker there is only about Comics Division size. It's really bad. Not very good service. It takes 6 of them and they charge you for each one. It's really sad. But hail to T.Z. Barton. Okay. He once again says, my wife is Canadian. I helped her escape North Korea. Wait for it. North Korea. With a comma that time instead of a period. Yeah. I don't know what Korea is. We should look up what North Korea is. Let's see what it says. North Korea. Nope. This is what you get if you Google North Korea. You get North Korea. Man. Horasanke. He means Canada. You helped her escape Canada? Man. John Edgar says, I think he means the Canadian North Korea. Oh, the Canadian one. Damn. One Man Show says Google's accuracy has been reduced by a lot over a long period of time. They were like, we'll find you what you want to look for. Now they're like, look at these ads in this sparkly person's butthole. I don't know if they actually do that or not. I don't honestly use Google very much unless I'm Googling things like North Korea. Hail to T.C. Burton. Indeed. Sorry, had to check something real quick. Man. So those were the stories for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank you for joining us on the smooth jazz station of WTF. Yeah, I don't know why I said it like that. That was stupid. Yep. Nobody joined us on the Rumble side to say hi. But oh well. It's fine. It's fine. Close that. Yes, sir, Bob. I had a fantastic time tonight. Yes, sir. One Man Show says, always a good dose of weirdness. Yes, indeed. Wait until Saturday. Man, have I got a show for you. I'm also planning on doing an additional stream at some point soon that's going to cover another one of those top 50, worst 50 article things of entertainment. Yeah. John Edgar says, Corey, you really do well in radio, and I apologize. I should have logged into Rumble. It's totally fine, sir. Most people told me I had a face for radio, and I just feel like the camera should be on so you can share in my horror. Indeed. Anyway, yeah. Yep. I'm really enjoying making music, though. And there's just one more thing I'll share with you guys. Yep. And of course, we have over on the Rumble side, we have the great John Doerr. Hail to John Edgar over on the Rumble side. Here's another freebie. I don't know if you heard this or not. Yeah. This is a good one. This is a really good one. Some music to close out this stream with. Look at that. Yeah, and there's lyrics to go with this too. And it's really good. I promise. I'm just not singing. One Man Show says, poor Rengoku. Yeah. That's another song I'm working on right now. Yeah. It's gonna be an awesome song, and it's gonna come out real quick.
That is some false ass information, and I don't appreciate
it. It is gonna be a badass song, but it's not gonna come out quick because I refuse to rush my music anymore. Just saying. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce, and I'm gonna make myself a nice barbecue Wagyu beef with provolone burger. Yeah. It's going to be delicious. fucking delicious. Christian Delorme says, love it. I'm assuming he's talking about the music and not so much my face. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, stay sexy. Don't get murdered. Have a great time. And I'll see you on Thursday Night Throwdown. Bye.